In the last class, we were discussing the person, singular and plural, first person, second person, etc. Non, plural, நாம், நீ, plural, நீங்கள். நான், first person singular, நாம், first person plural, நீ, second person singular, நீங்கள், second person plural. For நாம், you have another word plural, that is நாங்கள். We have been adding case markers to these forms, and we did see that they do undergo, first of all, a change by themselves, and then accept the case marker. Is it clear? These pronouns undergo a change first of all and then accept the case markers, whatever be the case, whether accusative, dative, genitive or whatever it is. Here we saw non becomes n first, நாம் becomes நம் first, நாங்கள் becomes எங்கள், நீ becomes உன், and நீங்கள் becomes உங்கள். Then accept the case marker, whether I or who, or now we are looking at உடைய. What happened? This non became என்னுடைய, நாம் became நம்முடைய, நாங்கள் became எங்களுடைய, and நீ became உன்னுடைய. Lastly, நீங்கள் became உங்களுடைய. நான் became என்னுடைய, நாம் became நம்முடைய, நாங்கள் became எங்களுடைய, நீ became உன்னுடைய, நீங்கள் became உங்களுடைய. Now, we find that one word having so many letters is to be used in this case. So, our elders thought there must be a way out. In this case, if உடைய is removed, what will remain? Is it not? நான் became n, நாம், நம், நீங்கள், நாங்கள், எங்கள், நீ, உன், நீங்கள், உங்கள். Then accepted the case marker. So, the earlier grammarians and other people decided that this changed form of the nouns can themselves serve the purpose of the nouns with the case markers. That is to say that these changed forms themselves can function as adjectives. What does the genitive case do? It brings in the relationship of two things. One is a part of the other, or one is in possession of the other. That is the relationship we find in this case. So, n is my equivalent to என்னுடைய. So, also num, our, எங்கள், our, உன், your singular, உங்கள், your plural. So, before adding the case marker உடைய, this was the form. Earlier, this had a different form. Those forms had to undergo a change before accepting the case marker. So, they became n, num, எங்கள், un and ungal. So, instead of adding this udaya and making it a bigger word, they agreed to have this form, all these n, num, எங்கள், un and ungal, to serve the purpose without adding physically the case marker. So, n serves the purpose of my, num, our, எங்கள், our, un, your singular, ungal, your plural. கதை. கதை is a story. என் கதை, my story. நம் நாடு, our country. எங்கள் ஊர், our town. உன், do you know this word? Have you come across? நண்பன். நண்பன். Here you have a palatal one. நண்பன், a friend. உன் நண்பன், your friend. உங்கள், பள்ளிக்கூடம். Have you come across this word? பள்ளிக்கூடம், school. உங்கள் பள்ளிக்கூடம், your school. உன் நண்பன், your friend. எங்கள் ஊர், our town. நம் நாடு, our country. என் கதை, my story. So, these basic forms themselves serve the purpose of the genitive case, even in the absence of the case marker. This is one thing you have to remember. we take up another set of words that is ending with maram, manam, panam, selvam, gunam, kulam, whatever it is. You add udaya. In previous cases we saw that this maram, that is words ending with take up a new suffix called attu. So this becomes maram plus attu plus udaya. Maram takes up a suffix attu before accepting a case marker. So this is maram plus attu plus udaya. Now the problem arises how to fix these two suffixes. This is also a suffix, though a case marker. So they introduced a cementing suffix called in. So it becomes marat plus in plus udaya. Maram is the word, it takes up a suffix attu and the case marker is added, and to fix or to cement these two suffixes, one in, another suffix is added. So that becomes marat plus in udaya. Marathin plus udaya. Marathin plus udaya. So there is a natural combination, it becomes marathinudaya. Of the tree. Again, you find that such a big word is required. So, following the method which we just saw, the elders accepted this form to mean the possessive case. That is, Marathin kilai, branch of a tree. Maram becomes marat and then takes up udaya. It needs another suffix in, so it becomes marathin plus udaya, marathinudaya. So instead of this long word, they have accepted this form to mean the sixth case. So marathin itself will help to form the sentence. The other words of this type, this pattern is kulam, a tank. It becomes kulathin plus udaya. You can forget it. So kulathin of the tank, kulathin karai, the bank of the tank. I am introducing a new word. I am sure you have not come across this. Shelvam. Shelvam is wealth. We have come across another word. Panam. Panam is money. Both end with Panam, we have already seen. Shelvam is a new word. This also ends with Shelvam means wealth. So, as a word ending with it will take at, etc. So, this will become as a word ending with it will take attu and then another suffix in. So, it will become Shelvathin plus Udaya. Following this formula, we forget this. Shelvathin will serve the purpose of the genitive case. செல்வத்தின் பயன் ஈதல். A quote from an ancient work, Purnanuru. There you have செல்வத்து பயனே ஈதல் and I have modernized it. செல்வத்தின் பயன், பயன், effect and use. The use of wealth is ஈதல், giving. The wealth is to be used for others. That is, it must be shared with others. செல்வத்தின் பயன் ஈதல். Now, you have learnt this word and its change and its use. In this usage, we have learnt not only the case marker being added to Shelvam and also the changes that undertake place along with a proverb like adage. I take up another set. This is weed. You know all the words that follow the same pattern. Weed, kaadu, naadu, etc. When you add this case marker, what happens? First of all, it becomes weed. Here you find this is ending with u and this is ending with u, this is a vowel, this is a consonantal vowel. So, a suffix was introduced. It becomes வீட்டின் உடைய. Together it became வீட்டினுடைய. வீட்டினுடைய. Again the same formula we follow and we drop this. வீட்டின் of the house. வீட்டின் கதவு door of the house. வீட்டின் கதவு. Another example, நாடு. So this will become நாட்டின் plus உடைய. We retain this நாட்டின் and say நாட்டின் எல்லை. எல்லை is border. நாட்டின் எல்லை border of the country. So also காடு becomes காட்டின். காடு is forest. நாடு is country. காட்டின் plus உடைய. காட்டின் எல்லை border, the border of the forest. So the words of this type ending with u, வீடு, நாடு, காடு, etc. get doubled first and then accept a suffix in, then take up the case marker. So they become நாடு plus in plus உடைய, நாடு becoming நாட்டு plus in plus உடைய, நாட்டின் plus உடைய, நாட்டினுடைய, and then we drop it and retain the original word. This is an economy of effort. What is this? Aru. You know it. You know the meaning also. Aru is a river. You add this. What will happen? Whatever happened to Kadu, Nadu and Vidu will happen to this. Why? This also ends with a short vowel. The Ru is a short consonantal vowel. So naturally it undergoes the first change, that the consonant is doubled or true, and then you have the suffix in, ஆற்றின் plus உடைய, ஆற்றினுடைய. Now you retain ஆற்றின் and say ஆற்றின் கரை, bank of the river. So far we have seen words that accept the case marker as it is, and words which take up one more suffix to accept the case marker, and words which undergo a change within themselves before accepting a case marker. After undergoing a change also, they take another suffix to get cemented with the case marker. Here is another set ending with I. Kili. Li is a consonantal vowel, a short vowel, and U is a vowel. a suffix in is added as it was done earlier. So, this ends with a vowel, this is a vowel. So, naturally you need a semi-vowel. So, this becomes Kili plus Udaya, Kili plus in plus Udaya, Kili, ya consonant and then in, Kiliyin Udaya, Kiliyin Udaya. You can forget it and say Kiliyin Niram, the color of the parrot. Kiliyin Niram Pachai, Kili parrot, Kiliyin of the parrot, Niram color, Pachai green. The color of the parrot is green. Kiliyin Niram Pachai. Palin Niram Vellai. Remember this? This is Paul plus in, Palin. Palin plus Udaya, I have dropped Udaya, retained in, Palin of the milk. Niram color, Vellai white. The color of the milk is white. So, in the genitive case, there are two case markers, Adu and Udaya. Udaya is more popularly used and we took up this Udaya and combined it with various sets of words. We will continue it in the next class.